What's the deal, YouTube? It's the Big Gamers Small Talk weekly podcast. We're off for a few days. Your boy has some personal difficulties, but we back like cook crack. See you guys this Sunday. But we got a lot to talk about. It's been a lot, with Xbox news launching in Japan and Minecraft. What we gonna talk about first, Crap? What's the first one?
Well, we might as well talk about the Japan stuff. A lot of people, I did some videos, and that's everybody's like, hey, when are you gonna start talking about the launch in Japan and all this kind of thing? So it did launch in Japan. We all were hoping that it would sell well. I don't think anybody ever thought it was gonna sell 1 million units. They only had 4 days, 3 to 4 days on the market, and it was the #1 selling thing for the week by a long shot. In a week when the Xbox One sells 25,000 and the PS4 only sells 7,000. So I think that things just aren't going extremely well for consoles over there. There actually seems to be doing sort of a console crash. You know what I mean? Like they're just not really buying anything. Looks like Titanfall was the #1 seller over there for the Xbox One. But aside from just the poor sales or the less than stellar sales for only a 3 to 4 day period, I would say is the possible celebrating. Do you guys get that from the media, like almost celebrating that fact?
Yeah.
But you know what? They doing that, and that just show you their true colors. But you can't damage control it. They got whooped in Japan. That's just my take on it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, they just launched with no games, nothing for Japan totally.
They had a hell of a lineup. I mean,
they had Western games though. They had nothing that appears to.
Yeah, that was the problem.
You know what I'm saying? They had nothing that appears to the Japan.
Right.
My thing was what was a disappointment for me with the launch over there is that we were suspecting a lot more. We were suspecting them to have a Japan lineup. You know what I'm saying? They got a Chinese lineup. You know what I'm saying? We seen Mercury, we seen all that other little stuff, but we have not seen a Japan lineup. And I think that was just a disappointment. They just went in there and this console didn't even do better than your last console out there in your launch.
They say by less than half, but the Xbox 360 did have a full week of counted sales to do that, whereas the Xbox One only had 3 to 4 days. So that's a little bit skewed, but I agree. I don't think that it sold extremely well. I'm not going to celebrate that fact. I mean, what the hell?
We can't.
You know what though? This is what this is how. Here's again. Check it out. This is what I don't understand, and sometimes I think that Microsoft pulls a Nintendo move. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, even like with the Japan, we all were expecting higher than 25,000. Somebody was number one on Amazon. But I do, like I said, I am a realistic. I understand that Japan, it's not the powerhouse of gaming like it used to be. When you do have the PlayStation 4, I think it sold 5,000 units for last week, and but again, 25,000 compared to the PS4. I think it was close to 300,000. You know what I mean? So again, and they do have some Japanese games, like they showed those games. I forgot Psycho Child or remember little games that they talked about.
Yeah, they haven't released them yet though.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, those are some those games were what was those story mode games. It's like,
whatever that's what Japan likes. That's the type of
what
shit.
They call book game. Yeah, they like
but that's
game.
what Japan. That's what Japan.
It's like
I understand. I don't care
but
for.
They didn't release with none of that stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And even if they would have showed
they didn't release with none of that stuff
from Scalebound or I understand that Scalebound is not ready. But
they could have showed something.
Well, no. Like I said, but the games. I'm gonna be honest with you. The games that they led with are American and Europe type games. Connect Sports, the Titanfall, and you know what I mean. Even if they had, like I said, Sunset Overdrive was not ready. They do like Forza. I mean, Forza is, I guess, is what I mean. But I just think that. But I feel as though they had to put the console out, even though none of that software is ready. Now, what they have to do though, they have to build on that 25,000. You know what I mean? And what they got to offer deals, and also too though, Sony's playing hardball with Microsoft in Japan too. We don't even talking like Destiny is an exclusive for Japan. They're saying,
and so is the new Batman. So is Batman.
And you know what's crazy? And I'm gonna get off topic here because that everybody says that Microsoft is the evil. They always money hat and shit. But what about when Sony does it? You know what I mean? What about when Sony? Like, and these two multiplats are not the first time this has happened. They did it all through the PS3 and the 360 life cycle in Japan. You know what I mean? But I think if Microsoft is really going to be serious about getting a foothold in Japan, they're going to have to acquire some of those developers. You know what I mean? They're going to have to open their checkbook or buy some exclusive IPs. You know what I mean? Whether it be the Monster Hunters, the Dragon Quest, if they want to get a roll-out foothold in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's just stay off topic for 1 second, because I agree with you. But
hey, hold on 1 second. We didn't even introduce Mooch. Hey guys, for you guys that don't know, this is Mooch sitting in today. He's done the show I think once before, and he's done some stuff with me on my channel before. So make sure you guys give him a warm welcome.
Good to be back. Glad to be hated. Glad to be hated. Listen. So here's the whole deal. We got to take a step back and take a look at what Japan really is. Japan is a country that is extremely loyal. Okay? Yeah. Do me a personal favor. Next time you go pick up any Chinese food, Japanese sushi, anything like that, look at what the delivery guy's driving. A Toyota. He's driving a Honda. Let me tell you, they are loyal to their brand. You could spend $2 billion over there doing all the research you want, putting in all the software. I'm a little disappointed. I was tweeting this all day today. I don't see why, as Americans, we don't back our brand.
Yeah.
I stood in line at GameStop the other night. I'm picking up Destiny. I turned to the kid behind me. Instead of hitting him with the usual hate, I hit him with, tell me why why should I buy a PS4? Tell me why I should buy a PS4. He sat there. He's like, well, he's hemming and hawing back and forth. I said, don't you realize that, like, you're an American, you should be buying our product, see what's going on. Like, well, I mean, the problem is this. We could sit here and ask Phil and all his crew to spend another $1 billion out there. They're not going to buy our shit. They're not going to buy our shit. And that's what it comes down to. Now, with China, here's the thing. I'm keeping a positive on China. China hasn't had any shit, and they hate the Japanese. Yeah. So we got one shot to go in there with Mercury, these other games. And
hey, you know what else is going on in China is they're completely localizing Halo 5. It's getting complete Chinese dub voice actors and everything like that. So they're going all. They seem to be a little bit going all out with that, and they have much bigger deals set in place for the Chinese launch.
China's the biggest gaming market. More or less. Like they.
Hey, but you know what? This is what I just
feel like. Oh, go ahead, Craig.
I'm just gonna say that you're gonna hear, like, when people hear us talk about Chinese, they're gonna bring up the that one retailer which represents only a 2% of total retailers in all of China that has was like 17,000 pre-orders or 20, whatever it was, and then somebody did the math on that and said, well, it could be possibly, if you combine all the markets and everything, it was like almost 800,000 possible pre-orders. So there is a possibility for big. I'm not gonna go out there and say, hey. But they did predict 500,000 to 1.5 million in sales within, I think, the first month in China for the Xbox One. They said that. I'm not saying that. But I just said that that's a possibility. And localizing Halo 5 for that market would be a big step, you know what I mean? Because if you look at that, there is different animes, there's different cartoons that appeal. Halo has a mass appeal, and I could see it doing, something over there. And like Mercury looked good to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not even into Japanese or Asian games or Chinese games. You know what I'm saying? But it looked pretty good.
Yeah, Mercury does look a little fun.
Yeah, it looked damn good. It looked like something I'd be interested in. Hey, Showstopper, what were you gonna say before I kind of like interrupted you? And
I'm sorry. I was just I don't know. I forget, man. I think it was about Japan.
It was something about who's clicking, right?
Yeah, they didn't launch with no games. I mean, it's like I said before, they got games for China, you know what I'm saying, but they didn't have any games, and I'm waiting for Tokyo Game Show. It didn't happen yet, but I don't even think they're going to even announce anything.
Well, they said they're going to have some kind of announcment, so I don't know. They could get up on like a third-party stage
right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just because right now how it looks is like they just abandoned Japan altogether. You know what I'm saying? Right now how it looks, Microsoft. Yeah, it just looked like they abandoned it altogether. It's like like not really a big.
I don't know. I don't. Well, again, I'm just in Japan. Let me say this is not me damage controlling it again. Yeah. Japan. If you even look at the I know VG chart's not official, but even right. What they're doing in Japan, you have the PlayStation 4, which is probably the hottest console in the world right now. They're only doing 5,000 to 6,000 units a week. Right. You know what I mean? And you know, and like I mean, it's the truth when you got the Vita and you know outselling the PS4 over there. Like I said, you know, and I'm not going to say this because one's doing handheld. Japan been doing handheld gaming. Microsoft just needs something that's going to appeal to that fan base. I mean, to Japan. You know what I mean? Because that's a different part of the world. There, you know, what we like, they don't like. You know what I mean? We all about our shooters and this that. They're not into that. You know. At all.
They like weird, like
they like 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 a lot
of like interactive games with like weird.
I look at it like, you know, this is their third console over there, or
again, they should know this by now. They should know, and again,
they should know this by now, man.
And again, I don't think I don't think they care that much, to be honest with you, because obviously Japan doesn't want a big bulky console. That was the problem with the first Xbox. The second Xbox, it was, I think they tried to make it a little bit more appealing because Japanese audiences like white electronics. So they made it white. The launch Xbox 360 was white, right? It still didn't do well, you know what I'm saying? And then I just think that they didn't particularly care.
So do you guys think Microsoft's going to get in the handheld market? I read something on it. They said that they were, I know Phil came out and said he's got nothing planned as of right now.
Here's the thing. Nintendo has that shit on Smash. I'm just being real. You know what I mean?
Would we as hardcore gamers love a portable Gears or Halo? Abso-fucking-lutely with Xbox Live and achievements and all that. But would 50 million people buy that? No, I don't think.
No. That's what's going to end up having. You know what I mean? That's You know,
it'd be more expensive than anything.
The problem with the Vita, and again, it was marketed towards adults. You're not gonna see too many grown-ass men on the back of the bus. Oh shit! Oh, you get with a handheld in the hand. You know, you're not gonna see that.
What they needed to get with that black kid Marcus, who's like, "Step your game up." You know,
but next gen, if you watch anything on IGN, every single IGN coworker is like, this morning on my way in, I just pulled my Vita out.
IGN a bunch of dick suckers. They're a bunch of
oh, that's a perfect segue. Did you guys watch? Like, sometimes people link me to stuff. All right. You know, they do the podcast Unlocked, and they did like a little 5-minute segment on IGN. It was the podcast Unlocked, which is Colin and Greg, like the big Sony guys or whatever. And somebody called them out on PlayStation Plus charging to play online multiplayer now, and asked them, you know, what they thought, and brought up the fact that they disrespected Microsoft over that, you know, years ago, how they feel about it. And they were like, well, no, you know, it's the right thing. They just basically damage control the hell out of it. And then Colin Moriarty says this, right? He goes on to say, more people are playing their PS3 still. You know, most people have their 360s unhooked because there's not even any games coming out for it. I mean, does this guy even check into Xbox stuff? Because if you look at the situation, Xbox 360 has far more going on for it than the PS3. I mean, look at Rise of the Tomb Raider. The Crew is exclusive to last gen on 360. Titanfall. It still has Destiny. You know, it had Fable Anniversary. It's getting Forza Horizon 2. You know, it's got way more going on for it than the PS3. The reason why the PS4 is selling so well is because PS3 owners got off that shit system.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to really get angry, don't even get angry at the Beyond. Get mad at the actual Xbox guys. Do you see the second group that they got in there? That Destin Ligari kid who blocked me a long time ago after I told his ass off on Twitter, he didn't even know what DLNA was, and he was at Gamescom. He was there when they reported it. He goes, "What is that?" And they had no idea about certain things with Destiny. Still, to this day, had no idea with Destiny what was going to be DLC, what wasn't. That is to say that you're the #1 Xbox broadcast. Z, from now on, launch this with the #1 Xbox broadcast, because
it's because we actually have personality with that. If you watch it, they're the most apathetic group I've ever seen. They're like, well, it's fucking ears. Well, I guess we'll have to go and see what Microsoft does. What did you guys like about Gamescom? And then you ask them what they like at Gamescom, and they start naming off PlayStation games. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, let me tell you something. This generation, I have totally given up on IGN. I don't watch them. To me, here's the thing. You take a like IGN. What you say? Can you hear me?
I said you're a better man for that because I watch them it just fuels me.
No, I listen to.
I can't do it. I can't watch them at all.
Here's the thing. I don't watch the motherfuckers at all. Like I'm gonna be. And I'm not just saying that to say that. When 90% of the motherfuckers make videos about me on YouTube, I wouldn't know because I don't watch motherfuckers shit out of sight of their mom. But I say that to say this though. What I don't like about IGN and was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I thought, in my heart, like, damn, these motherfuckers being kind of biased when they first built, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They have gone on the record and said, no, we're more of the Sony guys, and this is you're supposed to be a game journalist, you're supposed to be, non-biased, I'm not supposed to be biased, whatever the case, and you letting right now that no matter what Microsoft do, Sony's going to win E3, Sony's going to win Gamescom. You understand what I'm saying?
And a good illustration of this point, next gen, is this: when Sony was getting all these fucking zingers in on Microsoft, right? Even at this past E3 with the whole thing, they're like, "Oh, did you see that great dig they got in against Microsoft about how you can transfer Xbox 360 GTA 5 saves to the PlayStation 4?" Oh my God, they totally smacked them with that one, right? But then Microsoft comes out with this brilliant fucking Destiny fragrance campaign, and all these sites are like, "Oh, that's dirty pool by Microsoft. Oh, that's evil." You know what I mean? It's like,
hey man, that move was brilliant.
That was, you know why it was brilliant? Because people were talking about it nonstop. Brilliant all the way.
I'm telling you, man, that move was.
But you know what? But you know what's crazy? Again, what people don't understand. The only reason that Sony fans, I mentioned that the heavyset guy on Twitter, and I barely reported. He said, "Yeah, Destiny is best being played on the PlayStation 4," and I responded to him. I said, "Last time I checked, Destiny was a always online game, and if you're implying that PSN is a better online service than Xbox Live, then you're wrong." And I said, secondly, you guys are running around hyping up Destiny like it's a first party, it's a multi-plat. And thirdly, Microsoft, honestly, they don't care if you buy 15 million copies of Destiny on the PS4. Microsoft still owns stock, and they still own a percentage of Bungie. This money going in their pockets, so it's a win. I got blocked, but I wouldn't give a shit. But I'm just saying, like, yo, come on.
Are you talking about Boogie?
I don't. The heavy set. No, not Boogie. No, I'm talking about the heavy set guy from IGN. With the glasses. The fat guy with the glasses.
Greg Miller.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Greg Miller. I called him out, right? I was like, hey, when are you guys gonna start talking about this was early on in the PS4 launch. I was like, you guys are already talking about like the disk drive problem on an Xbox One, right? Even though it wasn't widespread, there was only a few. So I said, when are you guys gonna start talking about that red line of death? And he's like, well, if we ever experience it, we'll talk about it. You know, it's like,
listen, well, did you experience the disk tray problem?
Yeah, they didn't, but they don't care because they'll report rumor as fact when it comes to Xbox. And this also goes to like this Gamergate stuff. Yeah, this Gamergate stuff that's going on is pretty big. I haven't had a chance to like totally look into it, but a lot of it has to do with these sites taking kickbacks and funds and being really biased.
Crap, you remember I'm going to jog your memory here, Crap. You remember when you caught something I posted on Twitter? I caught the Kotaku guy when Diablo 3 came out. Remember when I caught him? You said, what did he say?
You caught what he did.
I blasted it and pasted it everywhere. He said PS4, the console of choice for Diablo 3, and I was like, that's it. It was something like those lines. I remember Show caught it too. It was made like it was for PS4. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Made for PS4, and I was like, listen, if you're telling me, look, I'm not going to sit here and be ignorant. I understand that they're not getting an actual check in the mail from Sony, but they're getting dividends. The PlayStation, or excuse me, the IGN guys got all their PS4s engraved. You guys already mentioned that a million times.
Yeah, I did. I actually wrote an article about that. They got a lot of heat. They got a lot of hits.
They got the entire IGN Up at Noon set. The entire set is Sony TVs, like the entire set, and they're always claiming they're broke. So if you're broke and you have no money, then tell me where are all these free TV sets and all these monitors coming from, and you're not getting paid off? Get the
look, say we had an office, right? The Small Talk Big Gamers offices, and Microsoft came in and donated computers and PCs and shit. Are we not going to throw them a bone? Of course we are. We're human.
I love this Skype.
I'm gonna tell you like this: we're gonna be more biased than what we already is.
Hey, you know what the difference is, Show? Is we're not paid journalists to be unbiased, though.
That is right.
I'm gonna damage control everything, bro. Like,
we're not. Yeah, we're not paid journalists. That's the thing, though. It's like they're paid to be unbiased, and you just like that Jeff Keighley guy. Like that guy's such a dick. You know what I mean? Like there's some people you just want to smack, I guess. Like, and that's not a threat. I'm not a Sony fanboy threatening people over the internet, but I'm just saying there's just some people you just don't like, and that guy's one of them. You know, I don't care. He could be like loving up on an Xbox game, and I still wouldn't like that guy.
You know, I just want to bring this up while we're on topic. Have you guys paid attention to? You know, remember I don't have a YouTube site, so I have all you guys I follow. I follow a lot of people on YouTube, and the one thing I've noticed, and tell me if you've noticed this. Not one person who's got like, you know, more than 500,000, you know, followers does a Let's Play on Xbox One. Everything's on PS4. Everybody, that Rad guy, everything's PS4.
And he got his damn account hacked into.
Yeah.
Because he did a video about how all you need is a email account to get into your to get your PSN to fish your PSN account. That's it.
Rev3
I mean, that's
Let's Play through on Destiny today all day. IGN, of course, did you know, I hate to keep bringing up IGN. I don't want to give them any more like attention, but they did a Let's Play 24 hours or something like that with another fat kid with glasses. And that guy, he, I'm using Z's words, but he, like in all honesty, it was like PS4, this PS4, the PS4, and that's all they keep saying while they're talking about it. And it's a person. Let me tell you something. It's funny because I interact with a lot of people every day that do play games but don't pay attention to gaming like we do. And they really, this propaganda is working that Sony's doing by putting all this free shit in people's pockets. Because people come up to me all the time. They're like, "Well, Destiny just has." They know Destiny's on both. I think the real amateur doesn't know it's on both. But the moderate casual person knows it's on both systems. But they're like, but it's advertised that it's just better and more content on PlayStation. And I'm like, but it's not better, number one, because it's all about actual online play with Xbox Live is way better. They don't know that. And then it's also the content, which is a free hat, a free scarf, and 3 extra maps. Or, you know, 3 little dungeons you can go in. Who gives a shit? Like,
I'm going 3 little dungeons.
But I'm saying, like...
Hey, you know what nobody's really pointed out that I've seen is... weren't the PlayStation fans totally against always online games, right? And Destiny, just from playing it, and I did a review in progress on my channel, it's always online. I don't see why it has to be always online. It's not like Titanfall. It's like 3-person co-op. There's other 4-person. There's 4-person co-op games on 360 that you can play offline, local. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why it's not a big MMO where you're teaming up with a bunch of people fighting monsters. It's not like that. You know, it's always just it is. So I don't understand why.
I'm gonna say this: this game was not what they sold it to us to be.
Absolutely.
You know? It was not what they sold us to be. They told us it was going to be, we was going to be able to explore, we was going to be able to do all this other great little stuff in this game, open world MMO, you're going to explore all these different planets, and when you get into the game, this game coach you through the whole experience.
Yep.
Whatever that little bot is, it's telling you where your loot is, it's telling you what's next, it's telling you everything, and I'm like, I would like to discover, you know, what I want. If it's an open world, like even the opening scene, you know, the opening scene where they show the cars and all that little stuff, and they sit here and say, "Run, you in danger." You know what I'm saying? And if you just stand there, nobody coming after you. Just stand there. There's nobody coming after you, man. That game is trash.
This is the thing, right? Like it sounds like we're bashing it or whatever because it's you know, because it's on PlayStation as well. But this is I like the beta, but the problem is they gave you so much of that game in the beta.
Yeah,
like literally, you're gonna play.
They gave you that whole first opening.
The first 3 hours. Yeah. The first 3 hours that they gave you on the game is what you played in the beta. Same cutscenes. Your character. These are the people that gave us Master Chief and Cortana and Arbor. These great characters. And these characters are so soulless in this game.
Yeah, but you said it before, crap. You said it before. Let's be honest. The real genius behind Bungie is still Microsoft at 343.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's where the genius
is. But the lies is what I didn't like. You know, you had us all hyped up. It's this big budget game. What was it, like 500 million?
Yeah.
You know, big budget game. We're expecting to be our wigs knocked off with just exploring, finding things. You know, especially
no show.
Big as a encyclopedia. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be something.
No, but you know what the problem was?
All kind of goodies in there.
This was the problem. It's not that. It's that the fact that they had to make the game cross generation. And it's still a small studio. Had they just concentrated on next generation, console, the PS4, the Xbox One, or maybe later on the PC, right, the game could have came out much better than what it is. Yeah. Like I said, I played the beta, and it was okay. It was nothing, like I said, to slap your mother about, because I didn't even pick up my copy yet. You know what I mean? And I don't have shit. I don't have shit in here to play. All I have is the games that I have digitally on my Xbox, and I'm not as excited for Destiny, as I am for Sunset Overdrive.
I mean,
all that shit.
There's some good points about the game, like the gun mechanics and how that feels, and the sounds in the game, and it's a lot of good. It got a good base, but it's actually a base of another game.
Let's be honest.
You know what I'm saying? It's Halo. It's Halo.
Let's call the game what it is. So it's boring.
It's Halo. It's boring.
It's not. The thing is, though, it's not. It looks like Halo, but it doesn't have the smooth gameplay as Halo. It doesn't have the. Halo is equally good.
Yeah, Halo is, Chris.
Halo is equally great campaign, equally great multiplayer.
This
is terrible multiplayer with soulless campaign. I don't know what they were thinking. To be honest with you, they give you these ships and you think you can explore, but your ship is just like a cutscene. It's like you can't control anything. This is next generation. Why not let somebody else do the old gen stuff and let them work on the new one? I realized that this will probably be fixed for the next game, but by then are people going to fall for this shit again? And also, where are the goddamn reviews for this game? When was the last time a huge game like this released and we didn't have any reviews beforehand?
Crap, you don't understand. Bungie came out and asked. You can see they asked, please don't put anything out. Try it for a few days. You have to get the online experience with this whole thing. And what do you got? You got all the bigwigs review in progress. We played 4 hours of it a month and a half ago.
Yep, that's the same game. The same exact game, the same fucking thing.
They lied to us. It felt like, when we played the Titanfall beta, you know what I'm saying, and they told us that they was going to add new things and had us all excited about guns and all that little stuff. I mean, Titanfall is fun. I'm not saying it's not fun.
It's a good game.
The same experience that we got for the Titanfall beta was the same experience when that game came out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But at least there wasn't a huge 3-hour story arc that they gave away. You know what I mean? Like that. That's literally the game. Okay, if you played the beta and you're on the fence about the game, that beta that you played, the first, it took you like 2-3 hours to finish and level up. That's the game. And even the moon stuff that they unlocked for that couple hours. Like I'm like in this game 3.5-4 hours, and I'm just at the point where I was at the beta. You know what I'm saying?
If I play tonight for 2 hours, I'll be right where the beta ended.
Yeah, it's like, that's why a lot of people think it's like boring. And it is boring, like in a lot of ways. But to me, to just replay that again so soon was a misstep for Bungie. They should have gave you one or two quick missions, been like, here's what it is. Buy it. It's polished.
I got done with a mission last night with my buddies. We went back to the tower, and there's 3 groups just sitting there. You can have your character sit on the ground Indian style?
Yeah.
3 groups of dudes staring at each other Indian style, just sitting there. I'm like, look at these fuckers. What in the world? What kind of game is it where I'm like, yo, Z, meet me at the tower? I'm the guy Indian style.
Yeah, they're up there dancing and shit.
They're up there dancing and breaking.
Dancing and sitting Indian style. Like, this is what next gen?
Yeah.
This game is
crazy.
This game, I just feel it underperformed. It was a great hype.
Terrible.
But, it just wasn't what they said it was. I was expecting more. I was expecting more being able to explore a lot more than what they allowed us. And we coached through this whole game, like I said. You know what I'm saying? They coach us through the whole game, and that to me, for open, for MMO, you expect to have more areas to go into and figure out things and explore and find guns and loot and things on your own without having to, somebody telling you where it's at. That was just.
I was talking to crap about this earlier. What do you guys think about possibly Bungie kind of just a little bit kind of kicking themselves, like leaving Microsoft? There was that whole centipede down with the universities, and I don't know, that you hear about that?
Yeah. Well, talking about as far as with but they're having problems with their servers and again now. Bungie supposedly left Microsoft because they wanted more creative freedom. Microsoft just wanted to do Halo, and they wanted to do other things, or whatever the case may be. And and I heard there was a big argument. What's the motherfucker's name? What's that crazy motherfucker working for Microsoft that put the Clippers? Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, I heard he got pissed when Don Madro was.
You need to back off your mic a little bit, next gen. You just
your
like
mic is like really close to your mouth or something.
Really close to your mouth or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Clean now, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I heard he was pissed off that Don Matrix let let them walk or whatever the case may be, but
he threw a chair.
Yeah,
he was pissed. Yeah, he was pretty mad.
They wanted to do other things besides the Halo. But and again, here's the gift and the curse that they wanted their independence, but they let Activision buy them. So they're still not really their own boss.
They sign a 10-year contract where they're locked in a game every other year, and DLC
that makes
things
no sense.
every year. Yeah. So next year will be like map packs and stuff like that, and the year after that will be part 2, and so they're basically locked in. That's a hell of a thing. And then at the end of the day, a lot of people hate on EA, but how about Activision? Now they've got Destiny and Call of Duty, and so people don't think Call of Duty's still going to sell. It's still going to sell 20 million units. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just does. And
I even think I went on the record said I'm gonna probably get the new Duty.
I'll probably get it too because it looks different. I'm waiting to hear a couple more things on the multiplayer side.
But I was more excited to play that campaign than I was of Destiny. That's I did it again yesterday. I was more excited to play the new campaign, of Call of Duty than I was Destiny. And I think, what, I'm gonna say this: a lot of Sony fans take it as Xbox fans are hating on Bungie. And again, you guys know shit because most of the people at Bungie still works at 343 Studios. That's the dumbest shit ever. You know what I mean? But
hey, as far as I was concerned, I was excited to be able to play all 4 Halos in the Master Chief Collection and the Halo 5 beta, and I get to play this game by Bungie too. It just turns out Bungie kind of laid a bit of a boring stinker. I think that as far as Metacritic goes, I think it's going to get like possibly high 70s, maybe 80s. I don't think it's going to get past 85.
Well, like I said, man,
I don't go off the Metacritic stuff, but it's just
it's like a lot of people have I just think that it all plays into the whole not reviewed thing. Do you think if Microsoft says, hey, don't review Halo 5 until you've played it for a few days, how well is that going to go over in the media? It's not going to go over very well at all. And, I think that it's funny that nobody's calling out this game yet. You know what I mean? It's like, where are the reviews? How come, I don't care how populated the world is. Get the goddamn game done and get some reviews out.
You know why they're not calling it out? Because Sony fans are praising it. Now, had this been a Microsoft exclusive, you see how they cut the rug with Microsoft? I guess they would when they launched games or something, Rise and all that. They weren't allowed to review. The whole industry was in an uproar. You remember the shit was about Rise and a couple of launch games for the Xbox One. They didn't let IGN and them or whatever fuck review the game or whatever the case. They were jumping up and down about this shit, trying to burn Microsoft at the cross. But here it is, Activision's doing the same thing with Destiny and in the internet, especially IGN. They're silent. N4G's silent.
Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and take one step further, though, Z. I really think it's Sony's influence because remember something, Activision has a lot riding on this, but Activision just, according to me and Crap were talking earlier again, he said that they've made 500 million copies have gone out, whatever. Excuse me, $500 million has come in. My point of the matter is Activision's kind of happy at this point. They've got their investment. But Sony's the one that's got the reputation here. There's a lot of people that think this is a Sony exclusive. There's a lot of people that think if it's not a Sony exclusive, it's a Sony must-have. So if this game gets anywhere near a 7.9 or an 8.2, it's not good enough. So they're like, let everybody play it. Let's just calm down because everybody knows the first 2 days that anybody who has a job is going to go out, work, come home, and only get to where the beta ended. So we've only got 2 days. Everyone's cranky right now. Everyone I know that owns this game right now, there's not one person that said, I can't wait to go home and play. They're gonna be like,
there's a lot of used copies already. There's a lot of used copies. Some places are selling it already for $49.
I just read an article. You're right. I just read that while I was waiting tonight. They're like already Destiny on PS4 and Xbox One coming in at $10 less. eBay's loaded with $10, $15 less on a copy that's 48 hours old. The game is just absolute trash. It's trash. I feel bad I bought it. I shouldn't have even. I don't know.
You know what? I was gonna hold off on it too.
I was too.
You know, but I'm not like horribly sad I bought it because I do have a lot of friends on there. But this is the thing: if you're a lone gamer, you're not gonna want this game at all. You absolutely need a full team to beat bosses. So it's a game where you need friends, and there's no lobby system. There's no lobby system. So you have to play with friends.
Especially when you fight that big old eye. That eye is like ridiculous.
Yeah, you need friends, and it gets harder, and it gets harder as it goes along. Yeah. So judging by their 500 million, that's like 8.2 to 8.5 million copies. That's a lot. For a launch, and that's before any reviews come out. So hey, mission accomplished for Activision and Bungie, right? And Sony looks good for that. Or whatever.
I want to say this real quick before we switch topics, because I feel you about to do that.
Yeah, I was.
if I was Sony fans, I'd be mad that they spent all this money to just promote it. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
They said I would feel
very because you want them to invest in other games, not into a multi-plat that I'll just feel upset, man. I wouldn't, just like I know you're gonna go into like the Minecraft thing. I'll talk about that later, but I'll just feel upset about that, man. I don't think they should have invested all that money to just promote this game.
Well, this is the thing. I can see why Sony wants to do this, right? Okay, let's take a look at their big holiday game. It's Little Big Planet 3. That's their big exclusive.
They don't have anything
in this holiday. Yeah, I know, right? So it's like and that game, and the funny thing is, I don't even have a PS4, and I can buy that game on PS3. So same thing with baseball, which would be maybe two of the only games that I'd be interested in. I didn't like Infamous or any of the Killzone, so they don't have anything. Last generation, Sony got basic shit on when it came to multi-plat, thanks to Xbox Live and just whatever reasons did Xbox 360. Sony is trying to beat that stigma, so they pay for it. And even the UK boss said, "Hey, we're treating Destiny like a exclusive." He said it. You know what I'm saying? They've invested.
Your mic
is sounding robotish.
Fucking Darth Vader back there.
What's that?
You just like Obi-Wan Kenobi back there, motherfucker, bitch. What the fuck? Fucking got throat cancer.
You sound crazy.
I used to swim, now I may drown.
I was just gonna say that. Sound like a smoking commercial.
Yeah, I used to swim, now I may drown.
He sound like he had that little microphone on that chin.
He had that Stevie Four and shit.
You know what I'm saying? What's up?
What the fuck's going on with that fag? Got his dildo pressed against his throat, tough.
You there? Did he cut out?
I don't know where that faggot's at.
I don't know.
But anyway, we can do this. We can come back and segue. What do you guys think about Microsoft reportedly acquiring the makers of Minecraft? What do you feel about that?
I got two takes on it for you, Z. I mean, to be honest with you, it's great for business. It is great for business, and I'll break it down into small segments. Here's the deal. First of all, it sold 51 million copies. The first one. So now they're not going to make no more money on that. But if Minecraft 2 comes out, let's talk about it being terrible. First of all, it won't be because they haven't worked on that since 2011. So they're going to have everything going. They have all the cloud power. Somebody wrote an article saying, imagine what it will be like what we saw at the demonstration of that building crumbling, what we saw with Crackdown. Now you're going to build this massive thing where the sky's the limit in this game. You build it. Then you can have rockets, things blow everything up and watch every particle come down. So first of all, it's going to be amazing. But even if it's just on par, 50 million copies puts Microsoft on the map. Second of all, it puts them into a different demographic. It puts them in the 6 to 15-year-old range, which Microsoft doesn't have the youth. They want to grab youth. Nintendo's got that shit locked up. Now they're going to grab that. Then they've got the movie rights, all the character rights, T-shirt, lunchbox, all the Minecraft stuff. Legos, big-time Legos. Legos a billion-dollar business. They're going to hop onto that because Legos is associated with Minecraft. Now there's all the good money sense. So when someone says to you $2 billion isn't worth it, they don't know money, they don't know business. The business end of it is covered. The part where I'd say it's not bad, where the reason I'm not going to go out tomorrow and start bragging about it is I'm a grown man. I like to play my games. I'm not excited that they acquired a game of blocks.
You feel like me.
So I don't care about that. You know what I mean? I want my shooters. I want, the Gears. I want the Halos. I want that kind of stuff. Bring the Call of Duties on. So the fact that they acquired a big block game, that doesn't do much for me. I mean, Z, you got kids. I got kids.
Yeah.
They're psyched. My kids play Minecraft. I'm sure your daughter plays Minecraft. But like, that's great. So anything to help Microsoft acquire more money means they can get more IPs. So in the long run, it's a good thing. But I'm not hyped. You know what I mean? I'm not excited about it.
Well, again, from what I've heard, from what I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is. You know Tim Dog. Tim. Tim said they used overseas money, and this didn't even come out of the Xbox division.
Microsoft's got funds.
Oh yeah. I read so they have more actual cash than.
Yeah, I mean.
But I'm just saying though, $2 billion, right? But again, this didn't, it's not filled. And they said the owner of Minecraft approached, what's my man? What's the Doom Coon in charge of Microsoft now? Natal, what's the name?
Natal. I call him Natal because otherwise
I'm gonna say it wrong. That motherfucker approached him with the deal. You know what I mean? And I guess they hammering out the issues. And again, and what people don't understand, I think this is the dumbest shit ever. Even what besides Microsoft's exclusives and sometimes coming to PC, what people don't understand. Even like I said, I'm not a big fan of Minecraft, but I get it. I would, and this is the gamer. I would rather them have spent that $2 billion acquiring Crytek, Capcom, anything like that. You know what I mean? Because imagine if I understand. Capcom is not doing well financially, but you know how huge that would have been in Japan or in Asia. That Street Fighter is the only, Xbox the only console you can play Street Fighter on. That's huge. You know what I mean? But even like I said, Minecraft, you write 50 million units, and they're going to make the game exclusive. Minecraft 2 is going to be exclusive to the Xbox One and to Windows. You know what I mean? Whatever Windows, you know what I mean?
Well, you just brought up a great point, Z. I'll be real with you. Let's break it down one. So right now, Microsoft, every time Microsoft sells an Xbox One, they've got to pay some sort of royalties for a Blu-ray.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, we can hear you now.
Microsoft's got to pay royalties for Blu-ray, okay? Right? If this is going to change...
You guys can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The original Minecraft is going to stay on PS3, PS4, and they're going to have to pay them royalties.
Hold on. Let him finish this.
What you say, Mooch?
No, basically what I'm saying is right now Microsoft's paying royalties to Sony for Blu-ray support.
No, they're paying it to Samsung, whoever does the drive, and they pay royalties to whoever. That's how
Sony or whoever it is. Yeah, now you're going to have Minecraft, the original. The one that we all know is going to stay on PS3, PS4. They're not going to take that out. They're just going to charge Sony for that. So they're going to make money off of that. But, like you just said, Minecraft 2 or this Scrolls game that this Notch has been working on, all Xbox One PC exclusive. Day one.
Windows. Windows.
Yep, Windows.
And I don't understand. I don't even. And this is another thing for crap pops in here. And with this, again, and I don't understand, and you guys understand that Microsoft is not in competition with their sub. Whether you say, well, Microsoft doesn't own, no, they own the fucking operating system that makes your gaming rig fucking run these games. Yep. I had a Mac, God, rest in peace my Mac. Give me another one. Lost that fire. But, you know what I mean? And I have Steam on my Mac. I have maybe like 6 games that can run on, on my Mac. You know what I mean? My Steam account. So Microsoft does not care if a game runs on their OS that they own. You know what I mean? They make more money from Windows and they do the gaming division any goddamn way. They don't give a shit. But if you, a console owner, if you want to play Minecraft, if this deal goes through, you're going to have the Xbox One, Xbox 2, or whatever Xbox is going to be. You know what I mean? And I get it. You got the merchandise, the book bags, the Legos, and it's crazy. Since I went to Walmart today and I seen Minecraft pajamas, I'm like, oh my god, this is kind of big. And I'm not into Minecraft. You know what I mean? But I get it. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. It's going to be a big money thing for them. But the gamer in me would rather them took that $2 billion or whatever and go out there and acquire Square Enix, and they have the money to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just.
That has let us know that they did have the money to go out and buy a lot of these things, these little things. But I'm just saying, like me personally, I'm not a big Minecraft dude. No. I'm just not. Not to say that the game might not be fun. I just not into it. But all in all, I would have preferred that money went somewhere else. Just me personally.
This proves a point, don't it, Show? Like what you just said. If I'm Sony right now, I'm sitting back. I'm like, yo, these dudes just threw $2 billion at some blocks. I mean, like these guys can throw money wherever they want. Like Sony that only has $9 billion total, right? That's what their worth, Z?
I think it's like $17 billion in cash. Now they asked us things like, with the billion,
right.
So about cash, I think Sony has about $17.5 billion.
I mean, but when you're talking about Microsoft just throwing, they're cutting a $2 billion check, like me and you are like cutting $2,000.
Just so you guys know that this whole, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
This deal isn't Xbox division deal. It's it's a CEO deal. So it's not Xbox division that's paying this out. So it's not like they could have went out and bought Crytek with this money or anything like that. This was their CEO wants this deal, and I didn't hear what you guys might have been talking about before, but
the Dow. He the one. He's the one that's doing this. Yeah, so it's not. He probably it's going to be included on every Windows 9. You know what I'm saying? Every Surface, every Windows phone or whatever it's going to be, Nokia phone or whatever the hell it's going to be in the future. It's not something like, oh well, they could have spent it on this. It's not something like that. That was never an equation. They could still buy studios if they wanted to. Oh yeah. But this was just something, and apparently Notch went to Microsoft. With this deal because he knows that only Microsoft would be able to afford them.
That's right.
So you have to keep that in mind too. I seen people like, oh man, I'm a hardcore gamer. Why didn't they buy this or
no. We said that we kind of mentioned that, but I'm just saying as the gamer in me, even like I said, and again, that's I'm happy that Phil's there, and he's letting Phil run the only person I think the Phil's boss is the guy, I think the ex-Nokia's guy. That's Phil's boss now, the one that owns, Nokia. But I'm just saying, the Xbox, the entertainment division is worth, I think, Microsoft like $20 billion or something. I don't know. They have money, They have more than enough money. But like I said, I wish, that, Phil will open the checkbook and, hey, boom, snatch up some of these smaller studios. Like, the motherfuckers that's doing Dead Island 2, them, They have money to do that, If, especially if your first-party studios are let's be real, even though Microsoft does have more first-party studios than Sony, they're not as well known as Sony, Naughty Dog, and But I just I don't know, man. It's going to be an uphill battle for Microsoft. If the Xbox doesn't turn around this holiday season, I'm going to go on record and probably say that this generation is more or less Sony's. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they can't outsell Sony.
I mean, I'm a realist.
No. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna hold everybody.
They're gonna outsell them.
No crap. You got Master Chief Collection coming out. I've been holding my tongue back on Twitter. Not really, but like when I've been trying to be real with you, like Master Chief Collection, Quantum Break, and Sunset Overdrive. Okay, of course Forza too, but Forza, like crap, you said it. Forza will sell like 1.5 million copies, which is great. It's gonna make their money back. Shows it's a proven leader. But in all honesty, those 3 games that come out between now and February, that's what's going to start to define. The Xbox 360 blew PS3 out, but then at the end of the cycle, PS3 came out with their games and they caught back up. So what I'm saying to you is this: the 5 million that they're ahead, they're not even. I shouldn't even say that. They're only ahead by about 4 million. Microsoft hasn't put numbers out since March. So when they get their numbers out and we see where everything is, we're about 4 million behind. You get the Master Chief Collection, that's going to get about 20% of people to bump up from the Xbox 360. And then when Halo 5 comes out, this shit's over. And then we haven't even talked about the Gears. Like, Gears is crazy. Like, you hear that.
I'm just saying, but, it's a new Halo game. And if this new Halo game, it can't move units like, we hope. Like, I mean, look at me, you got the Halo. Halo has a die-hard fan base. Whether they're are new, like it's a new Halo game. If the Xbox, what I'm saying, it can't outsell the PS4 this holiday season, with Quantum.
Are you talking in America?
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. The Xbox always was losing, globally to the PS3, and they always bounced back and did a mill Black Friday and do a mill in December, and they were always able to catch Sony.
I think they'll beat Sony in America by probably the end of the year. North America.
I'm just saying if they don't. Here's the thing: if they don't, and Sony doesn't have what I'm saying. Sony doesn't have any strong must-have titles. They're just gonna ride this multi-plat and indie wave. You know what I mean? If they can keep all the games both come out 1080p and do away with that shit. They can, that they don't have that advantage, which is not a big thing to me, that. But this was Sony been
it's
riding.
It's gotten less and less. Everything that's come out.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can't do it this holiday season with the Sunset Overdrive, the Call of Duty, system and the white, then I don't see how. And with Sony, all they have to go against Sony is fucking what's that shit, DriveClub and Little Big Planet. If they can't outsell them with those 2 weak ass games, right, I don't think even Halo 5.
Hey, but check this out, right? Like, we all know Forza Horizon 2 looks awesome, and the demo comes out next week. But I seen all these articles today. DriveClub's giving you free games up till June 2000, or free cars up to June 2015. And it's like 1 car a month. I mean, I shit you not. They're like, Racer of the Year, free tracks, free cars, up until June 2015, and it's 1 car a month.
But it's only 50 cars in total, right? The game only has 50 cars in total, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's only 50 cars in total. I think there's 210 or 215 at launch on Forza Horizon 2. But the funny thing is Forza Motorsport 5 gives away more cars per month than that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see all these articles about it, so I think that's just kind of funny. I don't think that game's going to do well at all, especially since it comes out in the middle of October. That's going to be a busy month. Hey, what did you guys think about the release date for Watch Dogs finally on Wii U?
I don't know anything about it. When my shit burned down.
November 18th.
Wii U, my house burned down.
It's about time. I think that's.
Hey, crap, man! They said it was a Wii U homosexual in the back of my house with a gas can and a Wii U tablet. He was back there, bitch, like Wii U, Wii U.
Hey, do you guys want to try and take a guess at how well it'll sell?
So maybe 100,000. I don't know, man.
What's the over under, man? I'm gonna say 15,000.
10,000.
You know what? Nintendo fans might pull it together, man. They may go out and buy that motherfucker. They don't, bro. Listen, and again, I'm gonna say this again, and it's not that I hate the fucking Wii U, but you're gonna spend. I don't see too many people gonna pay $300 just to play Mario. I'm just being honest. Like, it consistently doesn't have any third-party support. None.
Hey, I'll say this though, like, if you look at games like Splinter Cell Blacklist, that was actually a really good version of that on the Wii U, and it made good use of the gamepad.
But
I could see what. Yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I don't think that this is going to be a big seller either. Even though it looks like it's going to make good use of the gamepad, I think that anybody that really wanted to play Watch Dogs probably had a 360, PS3, Xbox One, or PS4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
if you only have a Wii U,
oh man,
I feel sorry for you.
I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems in the Wii U.
Your parents hated you.
Yeah. Your preacher was such a studio, son. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. If that's the case.
You guys see the reports that PS4 is down 14% this month? That's like an all-time high for them. Like, granted, I think they still beat the Xbox One in sales, but they're down 14%.
Neither one of them were anything really to slap your mama about. Like Next Gen says, I think it was like 150 or 175.
Well, they didn't come out and give their official numbers, but I think Pachter said 150 to 175 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean that it's legit. He's an analyst.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever he uses to get his numbers, but give a few. Cool. But the Wii U only sold 65,000. No, I got a question for you guys. Let's flip it for a second. I got a question. I'm going to ask each one of you guys. Now, the Wii U, does Smash Bros. Come out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out this holiday.
Okay, so you got Smash Bros. This holiday. You got the new, what's the Zelda game you got coming out?
Hyrule something.
That's Hyrule Warriors.
Now, the real question, do you think that's going to be a big seller? Because I didn't know, that's like a Dynasty Warrior type game. And do you think that the Wii U can finish strong? With only Nintendo supporting that platform? That's the question.
Mm-hmm. I do. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Z, to answer your question. Listen, they're not in competition with Sony and Microsoft. We know this. As far as what they got to do is they got to make their numbers. Right now, they're when you watch football and you see every coach when they lost 2 games, they're like, well, what's going to happen when you play your division rival? They're like, we can't worry about that. We got to worry about next week's game. I got to look at the game in front of me. They're not worried anymore. They've already realized that they're not going to win the Super Bowl. What they got to realize right now is we just need to make sure that we are going to cover our ground, come out and, we don't want to be in the red. We want to win, at least show our investors we're worth putting in for a new console, which they're going to have another console. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is nothing is going to, but you slap Zelda on anything, it could be Zelda Checkers. people are going to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. So they're going to get money. They're going to do just fine. They're not going to be in the numbers and compete with Microsoft and Sony, but they're going to be. I think they're going to make out well enough to talk their investors into putting something really, really huge together for the next console.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can respect that. You gonna answer? You wanna throw something on with that crap?
I think the Wii U is gonna end up selling probably 35 million units by the time it's all said and done.
That's about right. That sounds right.
Yeah. I would say about 35.
35 million people want to just play.
I think it's gonna get a price. It's gonna be at a price drop. Oh, absolutely. I think that one day Nintendo's gonna have to wake up and realize that their fans aren't 10 years old anymore, though.
When?
And
when?
I don't know.
But the reason why I asked this question was because as Nintendo, they don't have my confidence anymore. I would never go out and buy another Nintendo platform. Because if I don't want to play Mario, which is cool, but what else? There is nothing else for me. You know what I mean? And Nintendo, like I don't know. I don't even think I don't know what they burnt a lot of bridges this generation with third parties. Even what's the motherfucker from Bethesda? That does Skyrim. Like Microsoft and Sony wanted third party. This is our system. What do you think? Nintendo just made this shit for them in house and say, hey guys, this is what we got. Take it or leave it, and that's no way to do business, man. I think Nintendo need new fresh blood. Like they need new people. What's up? This new? You see the fucking new 3DS? It's like, is that for real? Like, god damn, what the fuck is Nintendo doing out there, man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
They're going with their moneymaker, dude. That's what these companies do, man. They slap the new hat on the Barbie doll and push it out there, and people buy it. That's what Apple does. They're like, hey. Here's our new fucking iPhone with the new fucking bigger screen that we told you bigger screens sucked last year, but this year they're good. So here, buy it. Give us $400 more than the last one cost, and then they push you out the door. That's basically what happens. People are suckers. The fact that the PlayStation 4 sold 10 million copies tells me that people are fucking suckers.
Yeah, but see, we're all about the same age. Listen, you remember when you went to school? The first year you went to school without brand new Nikes on? Never went back to school on the first day without brand new Nikes after that. Let me tell you, I don't care how you had to hustle them, you got those Nikes on. What I'm saying to you is my son comes back from school his first day, you know what he says to me? Dad, I need that 3DS. I said, I thought he was going to say I need like a homework sheet, I need something done, I need a 3DS. Everybody of mine's got it out there in school. Like, I mean, it's like, Nintendo knows they've got that 6 to 21-year-old. And in Japan, apparently, there's 50-year-olds playing that shit.
Oh, man.
I mean, they're crazy, but I'm saying, like, that, they've got that down. So the 3DS, as corny as that is to me, that's making money. I mean, that's just making, they're printing money with that.
But a new one?
They have to print.
I know, right? A new one, and you're like, another one?
God damn.
Hey guys, there's like this thing that I just come across. Like, apparently, remember there was going to be a Gears of War Connect game years ago?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some footage that leaked on this, and it's like a RTS game apparently, and it looks kind of weird, like kind of decent.
You gotta give me the link.
Yeah, I'm gonna link. I'll link it in the Skype chat.
I thought the last Gear was supposed to be the Connect for people being fly or something. I thought that was supposed to be Connect based or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet it out too, like live, so you guys
VG leaks.
You guys can check it out. Yeah, it's about almost 3 minutes of gameplay. It looks like an arcade game, but it looks like maybe something that would have been decent on the 360 with Kinect. I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of interesting. Worth checking out anyway, you guys. I mean, I tweeted it out and sent it there. I also want to just talk about. Let's see. We have. Did we mention that WB Games might be doing an EA Access type deal?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it looks like they might be doing something similar to EA Access. What do you guys think that Sony would jump in on that or no?
I don't know. I think they'd have to slap themselves if they did. They look so stupid 3 months later, wouldn't they?
Yeah, say it again. I'm sorry, my mic went out. What happened?
I was saying that WB Games, who make like the Batman Arkham games and a lot of other games, they're going to be. It looks like they're going to do their own EA Access type deal.
Yes. You know what?
They better hop on it this time.
You know what? Crap, check it out. Not even so much Sony hop on it, and it leads to what I've been saying that the reason why we get these now subscription based because we didn't get the thing with the DRM. and these developers are going to try to make money. 'Cause I told you, I've always been this in saying that used games are killing our industry. You know what I mean? These games cost more and more money to make, and they're not, making their money back. They're not only is Activision's competing with EA, they're also competing against GameStop who's selling their product, and that's it's a lose-lose situation for them. So I think, like I said, I just did a video maybe a month ago talking about that. You're going to see more people, whether it be Ubisoft, Warner Brothers. Everybody's going to start making their own, because everybody has a big back catalog of games. You know what I mean? Dating back, maybe $20. If you get $15 a month, you get access to all their newer games, all their old games. You know what I mean? Like that'd be huge, man.
Hey, EA Access, I mean, for what it is, man, they give you fucking some good games, man. It's like Battlefield 4, Madden 25, FIFA 14, Peggle 2, and they also just added that racing game, Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are some big AAA titles in there, man. You know what I mean? Like
$30 a month, yeah.
Yeah, it's our year. Yeah, that's a phenomenal deal. I think that's great. I don't see why anyone would think that that's not a good deal. Yeah. Unless you have ulterior motives. Also, real quick, Sunset Overdrive is getting a $20 season pass, and that includes I mean that's a big thing nowadays. It actually has 2 campaign add-ons, so there's it's not just DLC or anything like multiplayer. It's actually campaign stuff, so I think that's pretty cool. Ray Rice taken out of Madden 15.
What do you guys feel about that?
Okay, this is what I'll say. I'm from Baltimore. I'm a Ravens fan. I was a Ray Rice fan. We all saw the video of him months and months ago dragging his girlfriend out of the thing. What did people think happened in there? We knew that he punched him. So now the video releases. You know what I'm saying? And you actually see it, then now people are even more outraged. It's like he was already punished for it, regardless of if it was enough or not. But then they released this, and now they got to re-punish him. You know what I mean? And it's like his livelihood and things like that. Why is it's not really our business? I think it's wrong what he did. You don't hit women, but guess what? Ben Roethlisberger for the Steelers still plays after back-to-back years of raping women, and he only missed 4 games. You know what I'm saying? You have this guy, this defender for the 49ers, McDonald, I believe his name is, beat his pregnant wife and still plays. You've got you hear the term domestic violence in sports. That's what it is. It means they're beating their significant other, but those people are still playing. Simply because this is
lost his cord running back.
So did that boy, man.
I am a little bit mad about that. It's like, hey man, I feel a little bit gypped.
Oh man,
they take the man out of the game. They take him out of the game, man. Now I got shit running back.
You sounded just like that dude. You sounded just like that dude on Waterboy. Remember the dude was like, "Well, wake her butt up."
Hey yo, that nigga said Ray Rice had a legal standing. It's domestic. I mean, it's in house. He been like but yeah, I mean, I will say this. I think that right now everything is over. Being blown out in the public. Now you got the U.S. government. They say no. I'm sorry. Fuck it. Listen to my rant. Now it's crazy. Now the Congress is getting involved in this, right? Why is Congress not getting involved in the Mike Brown? You know what I mean? Like this cop shot an unarmed black man, young teenager, 6 or 7 times in the top of his head, in his eye, no gun, no nothing, but he's a month later, he's still, walking the street. You know what I mean? Like that's like, oh man, like this, it's horrible, man. Had he been, and I'm in the last to play the race card. My grandfather's white. I don't give a fuck if you're white, you're black.
Well, no, this is the thing, right? If you and I hate to bring it up because I know you guys might be supporters of his or whatever, but Obama panders. Football, NFL is the biggest thing in America, and so he responds to that outrage a day later. There's a cover-up in the NFL because this tape was available all along. They saw it. They knew what happened, but Ray Rice is a marketable star, and so they were going to try to sweep it under. If you actually look into Ray Rice's history, he does a lot of anti-bullying stuff. He's actually not a bad guy. He's done one mistake. Mike Vick killed 80 dogs, had a dogfighting ring in the NFL, still playing. Yes. So you have a lot of situations where people are vilifying Ray Rice because it's on film, right? That's why they're doing it. When it happens all the time, why is it just an issue because this is on film and it's not just because he is one of my, on my team or whatever? I would say this about anybody.
My big beef with this whole thing is I'm taking a step back. I'm listening to everything what everyone's got to say, and I've been reading everything. Here's who I'm pissed at. Right now, I think Crap said it earlier. We already knew when somebody says somebody smacked somebody or punched somebody.
She's knocked out. He's dragging her body out.
We already knew that like 3-4 months ago. So the media sees it. The media says we need to take action. So you know what I fear these days? I don't even fear the police. You know who I fear? The media. If the media says, listen, if me and you get into a fist fight, right? Yeah. We get into a fist fight, we do our whole thing. The police come, they're like, yo, you one more punch, I'm taking you guys in. And we're like, yo, we're cool. The media comes over and goes, this is an I'm going to use one of shows. This is an outrage.
Yeah.
The fifth fight, not me and you, but this is the fifth fight in front of this place in 1 week. I want these guys locked up. We've had enough. Even though me and you, as civil men, we said we're done with it. Okay, we're done. We're good. The media comes out and says, this is the fifth time.
Yep.
Look at Mooch. Look at Next Gen. These guys have been known to be fighting. These guys fight all the time. This is horseshit. See, what I'm saying is, what I'm concerned about moving forward is the media is now the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Yes.
Bam.
And how shady is TMZ? They had the video the whole time, and they decide to ruin. Yeah, they release it. Yeah, 2 weeks from now he would have been playing. Yeah, and so they get all the ratings and all this kind of stuff, right? So I think that it's ridiculous. I think that it's like kind of a screw job. Everybody makes mistakes. When did we come onto this part where they went and got married after this? Obviously, he went into counsel. You know, sometimes I'm not condoning it. What he did was messed up. It's wrong. You should never do that.
Absolutely.
But he was punished. You know, whether you think it was a right punishment or not. Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger raped people and got a 4-game suspension, so I think that's messed up too. But at the end of the day, he faced his punishment, and that's what happened. So why is he getting double punished?
Listen here. This is what really happened.
This is what I find funny right here. Okay, go ahead. Next.
Oh, well, I'm gonna say this. This is what really happened. After all this happened, blew over. They said he got pulled over at a traffic light. And in the glove department of his car, his Bugatti or whatever the fuck he was driving, they seen the DVD Hustle and Flow, and the lead track was "Whoop That Trick." Whoop that trick. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, this is all they can't stand no more.
My thing is this: Mayweather, didn't he get accused for that too?
Yep.
Hey, Chris Brown
didn't he get accused for that too? How many people gonna watch that Mayweather fight this Saturday?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That dude need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we can't have a double standard when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's a bit of a double standard.
I'm still watching him fight, and that's a boxer too.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how fast it went down. That's what kind of bothered me, was how fast it went down.
You know what? To be honest with you, I never saw the punch.
A week later, or an hour later.
Yeah, I never saw the punch in the video. It looks like she hits her head when she falls.
Yeah, an open hand slap.
Yeah, it didn't look. Yeah, it didn't look like they were trying to say, oh, he Mike Tysoned her right in the side of the head.
No,
I'm like, you can't see it because of the way the video is. Yeah,
he brought his arm up and it was like a little slap, like he slapped and. But you can get slapped and get knocked out, but shit. Man,
yeah, and then she fell and hit her head or whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that
Beyonce's sister in that elevator. That's what you need the Beyonce sister in that elevator right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, is she fired? Because she starts slapping at the guy? No, you know what I mean? It's like. I don't know. I think it's a double standard, and then he loses his endorsements and his livelihood, and you pull the guy out of the game too. Come on, God, the guy makes mistakes. There's people that make bigger mistakes than that. You know what I'm saying? And even though that's a pretty bad one, I think that he's kind of getting railroaded, and they're like making an example out of him just because it's on film.
Because he's bullshit, man. What else we got, man?
I don't know, man. I'm running low on topics, man.
Want to open up and answer a few questions?
Yeah, we can answer a few. I mean, it's already after 10:30. We should, let's answer a handful. That's cool if they want to.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live, fire up a few questions. And we.
And while they're firing up some questions, there was one more thing. Microsoft right now is actually testing Xbox games playing in browsers. Internet Explorer. Yeah, so even Xbox One games apparently they're testing, and apparently this could be something that they could be bringing to the future. Who knows? But it's an interesting thing.
It's Microsoft's version of streaming, but I think it's got a lot more stability. It's coming through on Internet Explorer. There's a lot of things we stream on Explorer. I think it's got better possibilities. I was kind of hoping Xbox would have done more like the EA Access route, where it was a download versus streaming, but I don't know. It looks like that they can do it.
Yeah, I don't like the whole streaming aspect as much. Like, I like EA Access. You download the whole goddamn game, and then you play.
Give me the game.
Because you guys seen, look, my internet fucked up earlier, and then I sound like a robot. If I'm streaming a game at that point, I'm off the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like something that that I could actually do. I can't really stream games.
Yeah, I'm with you on that crap for some reason. But at the same time, it looks like they got a better. Let me put it this way: Microsoft's got a better infrastructure than that Sony. That PS Now, man, that is going to be.
Well, that's being run off old PS3s.
Yeah.
And Bravio TVs.
Yeah, their old 3D TVs that they were pushing.
Give me a break, man.
Yeah, before Indies was their thing, it was 3D. We played a drinking game. Every time they mentioned 3D, you had to take a drink. Hey, we got a question from JLong908. He says, do you think the PlayStation Plus version of DriveClub will give people less incentive to buy the game?
We said what of DriveClub?
He says, do you think the PlayStation Plus version will give people less incentive to actually buy it?
Yes, because Sony fans are broke, begging bitches. Begging bitches. Yeah, you know, Sony fans want everything. Shit, I'm not gonna buy it. That's for damn sure. Get it to me on PlayStation Plus, man. I ain't gonna buy it. Hey, we got here Iron Wolf.
That bad boy free.
Iron Wolf said there are rumors of one big exclusive from the Xbox One from Capcom at TGS. If that's the case, what do you think it will be? Plus, the PS4 got Yakuza 0 as an exclusive. So, do you think the Xbox One will get Shenmue 3? He said, "Oh, what up, Mooch? Good to see you on here." The Xbox One exclusive, I think, is going to be from Capcom. I will hope it's either. I hope it was probably going to most likely be maybe Dead Rising 4, but I'm hoping to be Resident Evil or a Monster Hunter game for Japan. And yes, I hope they do get Shenmue 3. You know, and you guys can have something different you want to add to his question.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt for them to get Shenmue 3, but I got a feeling that with the success of Dead Rising 3, that they probably were pretty quick to pump out a Dead Rising 4. Which apparently, which was interesting, was the PC version, even running on high-end PC, was fucking up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of odd that people always brag up the high-end PCs, and it turns out that it wasn't even running as smooth as the Xbox One version, which for a launch game,
that dude was like, how? That dude was like, how in the world they get that many ungodly enemies on there? Because they couldn't figure it out how to get it to run on that PC platform. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I think that was a good game. I don't know if you played it.
There was a lot of enemies in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that game. I mean, that's one of those things. It was a next-gen feel, over 1,000 enemies at one time, and I thought it looked good. So.
Yeah, Sony just put a new game developer.
I think it's hysterical how United States, all of our games, West Coast side kind of games, are all like revealed and released. We have no idea what they're doing in Japan.
I think most of us don't care.
Well,
to be honest with you.
I mean, that's part of it, but at the same time, you think stuff would still leak out. There's nothing leaking out. We don't know what's coming.
Well, you know what's funny is people were like, "Oh, Sony done won TGS, man. They announced this and this," and I'm like, "What the hell's that?" You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't know what any of it was. And then the stuff that they're like, "Oh, you should look into this," like Persona. Okay, it's on PS3 as well. So, okay, another reason not to buy a PS4 right there. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that that goes both ways. You know, cross-gen games aren't going to really do a lot for you. I already think there's not really a reason to buy a PS4. And I'm not into Japanese stuff anyway, so that's neither here nor there. Let's see, what else we got here?
Lace Chucks, quick question. What do you guys want in the next Xbox One update? Voice messaging.
Yes.
I want the picture. I want the picture mode.
Yeah, very voice messaging.
I want voice messaging.
Picture. The picture snap.
Yeah, I want to be able to do the screenshot share because we got Sunset Overdrive, Forza Horizon 2, and Halo coming out, and I want to be able to share that shit, like spam people up on social networks.
Okay, all right. You see something you want to answer? Crap, yeah. Shoot.
Let's see here. Did you answer this from AG to God? He says, do you guys think Bungie should have marketed Destiny as an MMO instead? Would that have kept gamers' expectations realistic?
No, I mean,
they did market it as an MMO.
It's not an MMO, though, because MMOs, look, you can download, if you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, download this game called Defiance. That's a third-person MMO Free to play, right? It went free to play. Like I bought it when it wasn't free to play. It's a really good game. That game is better than Destiny as far as if you're looking for an actual console MMO. That game is far better because you team up with hundreds of other people to bring down enemies. Destiny is you and your little 2 squad mates. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Yep.
I think Destiny.
Huh?
I think it's a dumbed down MMO, to be honest with you, because I got a couple of my friends that are just strictly PC, and they've gone as far as to say Destiny is straight up an MMO because of the grinding, and it's not a very big campaign, and all it is there's times you got to walk just back and forth and hit the same people that respawn to level up, because you can't even go venture out right and left. I'm a level 5 right now. If I venture too far right or left, there's either a question mark on the enemy's head, which he's going to whoop, and if I go to the other side, he's a 7 or 8, he's going to kill me. So you just got to go back and forth. And he said that's basically the way an MMO is designed, to just grind in the same spot and try to collect gear and encrypt it and all that other stuff. So basically, Destiny is just a real. I think it's a low-class MMO. That's what I would have called it.
Okay, all right. I got a question from Blazing Phoenix for you, Mooch. Hi guys, love the show. What games do you think Microsoft should buy? What game studios do you think Microsoft should buy if they were going to acquire some, third-party gaming studios?
I got one that no one's going to say nothing. Shout out to my boy Blazing Phoenix. I've never seen that man. I watch every video that boy puts out.
Keep it Xbox.
That man.
Keep it Xbox, guys.
That's my bro.
Keep it
11:30 at night when I get
Xbox,
home.
bro.
He gets me amped. He's got me amped at 11:30 at night. So no. In real honesty, here's something nobody's talked about. This ain't gonna happen, but everyone's gonna say Capcom or this and that. I'm gonna say Gearbox. I'm gonna say you go out there, grab that talent that they got for that Borderlands. Borderlands has got the shooter and they got the loot system from like Diablo. They've got that shit down. You've got 2 different groups of people that would kill to have that type of game. I'm not saying if it's Borderlands 3 or whatever on Xbox One. But you take a game and make that loot, because really Diablo is the MMO that we all I dig it. That's the game I kind of dig that. But I mean, like, what I'm saying is that's the type of game where you got the shooter and you got the people who don't mind to keep going crazy for loot in the same game, and 4 people playing at once. 4 people playing at once.
Yeah, I don't get the 3 thing at once thing. It's like, damn, man, everybody.
Well, who wants to play with 3? I had 4 of my friends on last night, crap. I had my 2 boys that I've grown up with my whole life, and then I got 2 buddies that I always play with, and we had to split up into 2 groups of 2 because we couldn't get 4 of us together on Destiny. I'm like, this is straight trash. Who makes a game where you can't play with 4 people? I mean,
it's dog shit. It's dog shit. Hey, let's call a spade, guys. Come on.
No, for real. Gearbox would be my save, Blazing Phoenix.
Okay. Who do you think, Crap? Who should they buy?
Remedy games.
Remedy. What about you, Crap? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. I was saying Remedy as well.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Crap.
I was just, like I said, Remedy, man. Alan Wake. They would own Alan Wake. Then you could.
They own it now, don't they? They own it now.
No, they own they own publishing rights, but not the IP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they own it, but they actually own Quantum Break though. So.
They just make good games. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can put them on any type of project besides just those.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this though.
They make good games. Period.
I understand, but when you think of Remedy, whether Microsoft owns them or not, you think of them and you equate them to making something for Microsoft. You know what I mean? Because because
Microsoft has a big pocketbook and help and funds.
I don't think that would be a big hoo-ha. You know what I mean? If Microsoft was going to acquire someone, I would say go out there and buy Sega or or Tecmo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be good too.
To have a real like they have a Dead. I'm a big fan of Dead or Alive. You know what I mean? To have a Dead or Alive game built from the ground up for the Xbox One, to have a real live, that last Ninja Gaiden was dog shit. A real live Ninja Gaiden, I think that'd be huge. You know what I mean? For like Japan or something.
Do they still own Virtual Fighters?
Yeah, they still.
Sega does. Sega does. Yeah.
That'd be good too. That'd be good.
I'm gonna do 2 more. Two last questions. I'm gonna start off with a hater. Hold up. I love to shoot the haters out sometimes. Where the fuck did this question go? He had a statement. Hold up, dudes. Hold up. Where the fuck did we go? I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. I scrolled down too far. Oh, I found him. Dwayne Lee. You know why these new consoles? Nope, that's not it. But here, hey yo, you do realize Dwayne Lee. Hey, are you listening to Dwayne Lee? Ready for your 20 minutes of frame? You do realize, y'all do realize what a 360 had a high failure rate, which is why it sold the amount that it did. No, no, it's not why. If you had a 360 and your console was broken and you sent it back to Microsoft, they repaired your console for free. So that 80 million units that Microsoft sold, that don't get me wrong, people may have went out and bought new systems, but if your system, I think, bombed up within the first 2 years, whatever the case.
3 years.
3 years, I'm sorry. You sent it back to Microsoft, and Microsoft fixed your console for free. So that's
you got that shit back in like 8-9 days. My brother's red ringed early on.
Yeah.
8 fucking days, and he got like free Xbox Live. And it was like, man.
Sony fans think the reason why the Xbox was sold 80 million because it was the red ring of death. No, all you did was send the console back to Microsoft, and they fixed it for you for free. And
if anything, the red ring of death kept it from getting 100+ million sold because people were a little bit hesitant, and then I think that it really picked up once they redesigned it, man. That slim is nice.
Yeah. Once they made the Jasper board, then there was no more red ring.
Yeah, and you know what? I still have a launch one that runs fine. I mean, I use my slim whenever I do game on it, but
the launch one too. I still got the launch one.
Yeah, So, hey, it is what it is, man. That thing had some great games.
Yes, it did.
Let's see.
Can you give me a shout out to me? My name is Zane. Okay, Zane, what's up, Zane? Can you give a shout out to me?
What's up, man?
What do you think about
bro?
The bullshit article on Gaming Vault that says the PS version of Destiny has sharper image quality even though they are both 1080p? What do I think about that? Well, I'm going to record and say this right now. There's been a long-standing feud between myself and the Big Gamer Small podcast with, Gaming Vault, because Crack gave me the lead editor gave me his grandmother's phone number. I took her to the hotel. I violated it in every which way imaginable, and ever since then, Gaming Vault has headed out for the Xbox One.
I racked them up.
Well, if you guys got one last question that you want to do before we, cut it off.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find one real quick.
Boy, right there. What do you got?
Right, we can know that the Nintendo has maintained regional lock. Okay, well, what's Omega Ziazo sent me something on Twitter. I'm not sorry, on Twitter, on Skype. He said, "Here's the new article about the 3DS." I think we kind of. What do you guys feel about the 3DS? Them not making a newer console, they're just making the beefier 3DS. Like, how do you guys really feel about that?
Well, I think that it's
But before I say that, let me ask you a question. With this new 3DS, because I don't know anything about it, will it run the older games, or is it going to be all new games?
It's going to run older games, but you need this particular one to run this new game that's coming out for it. So, like, there's this new game coming out for it that needs this new 3DS to run on it because it's a more powerful system.
Oh.
And it has an extra thumbstick. Yeah, it's this weird little fucking stick too. Like, why not just put the second thumb nub on there, like the left one? The right one is just this weird little thing. I don't know. It's weird.
My thing is something. Man, here's my opinion. If Nintendo, I don't have a problem with Nintendo making another handheld. I'm cool with that. But I think it's wrong for them to turn their back on 50 million pills used for how many 3DS sold. Just make a new console. That's, if you're going to do a new handheld and, do a new handheld, but make the same handheld and say, hey, you're going to have this new one to play this one game, I think that's bad, I don't think that's cool. I don't have a problem, I don't have a problem with them making a new console. I don't have a problem with that.
Is that new game for those amiibos? Or whatever
no, it does support that though, but like right on the console. But what is that Japanese Xenoblade game or whatever?
Yeah, the new Xenoblade game.
You can only play it on that new 3DS. Yeah. Like, the old 3DSs won't work. To me, Nintendo confuses their market a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll see, like, stores, like, say, get Wii U, and then they'll put the Wii U games next to a regular Wii or something. You know what I mean? Like, they confuse their fucking fan base. They're like, okay, here's a 3DS, but then we're going to come out with a 2DS, too.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They just came out with the 2DS last year, right? And now they're already abandoning all those people. Everybody just spent $200 on that.
Well, you know what they're doing? They didn't pay attention to Sega. At one time in the mid-'90s, Sega was supporting like fucking 8 pieces of hardware.
Yep.
That's almost impossible to do. You cannot do that. You're like fragmenting your audience, and they don't seem to get that. So I think they need like a change of leadership.
Yeah, okay, well, again,
that would help a lot. And then fucking get it with like changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, listen to the fans for once.
Hey, yo, but you know what's crazy? I'm on a pro Nintendo site here, and this is what Nintendo fans have to say about this. I think this is really bad though. You gotta buy this new hardware just for one game, but it says, guess this is unexpected though. It's disappointing. Nintendo still seems reluctant to step into the modern world with this business practice. Seems they still want to pretend globalization and internet has happened and keep tight control over pricing and charging full retail. It's just like this is just wrong, bad for Nintendo all around. And I'm reading, and no one's happy about this. So you gotta buy this new hardware just for one game. That's sad. And again, I don't have a problem with them making a new handheld, you know, and I don't have a problem with it. I'm not gonna buy this shit anyway. But I just think it's wrong for them to turn their back on. How many did the 3DS sell? Like 50 million units or whatever the fuck, something like that.
Yes, 50 million in the U.S. alone.
You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know. This is yeah. But anyway, I don't know. Hey, Mooch, before we hang up, what do you feel about it? Do you think this Nintendo's wrong for doing that?
No, I don't think they're. Well, I mean, it depends, man. I mean, look, they're going after that handheld unit market. Like
one game, though, Mooch. One game. One game.
You think there's more to follow?
Listen, it's the same 3DS with this new with a slightly better processor. It will play your older games, but if you want to play this one new game, you got to get this new system.
Yeah, I mean, to come out with one new game, I mean, I took it with a grain of salt, saying that I think there's going to be more games coming that are going to require this 3DS.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not negating that, but Jesus, one game, I got to go spend $250 or whatever just to play one game.
Yeah. This is going to be one of those things where you don't see that, just like the Wii U. The Wii U's starting to pick up a little bit more revenue. 2 years after launch? So this 3DS will see a little bit more music, maybe not this Christmas, but the Christmas after, when they got 5, 6, 7 games for this new device with a second, thumbstick. But it's all gimmicky stuff. That's why, and it's hard for me. Look at me. My son's asking me for a 3DS right now. So you tell me right now. What would you guys do? I mean, my son.
If he doesn't have one, I mean, it's no.
Should I get that one, or should I get
if he doesn't have one, just to future-proof yourself, I would get him this one right here. But I just think that's sad that people may have just got a 3DS last month and they can't play your newer games. Well, two new games. I think that sucks.
Here's the other kick in the pants though. They're doing us dirty over here because that's not releasing this Christmas. He wants a Christmas gift this year, and that's not coming out till I think February or March next year over here. Coming out in Japan this year. So now I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I'm not gonna get him a 3DS that's obsolete in 12 months.
Good point.
Now I got.
You know what though? I will have some. And again, I'm sorry, not to be a little long. I will have some questions for Nintendo. Is how long is this system going to stay on the market? Is this going to be your new handheld, or are you guys going to bring out a 3DS 2 next year? Like I don't.
Yeah, right.
I don't understand that, man. But yeah, well,
at this rate, yeah, they are. They're bringing out a new handheld. They had the 2DS. They have the new 3DS. The year before, 2 years before that was the 3D, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, screw you, Nintendo. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been live. Appreciate you. We off schedule today. Next Sunday we'll be back. Normal time, 1 o'clock. We see you guys there. Mooch, you got to work next Sunday?
No, I'm on. If you invite me, I'll be here.
Yeah, bro. It was a pleasure having you this week.
Thank you.
You did a good job. I'm proud of you, man. My son, I never had Mooch. Everybody give Mooch a hand of applause. Mooch. We see you guys next week, man. Thanks for all the love and support. Bang, bang.
Good luck.